All right, welcome back, everybody. We are back at it again here on a wonderful Saturday night. It is, oh, I ain't done this in a minute. Oh, it's like 11:10, almost 11:10 on a Saturday night. You know, dad life. Anyway, I'm still rocking the Squawk, and this thing is amazing. I forgot how much I missed it. But tonight, we have something brand new, and we finally got our shipment in. It was only 2 pieces, though. It should have been more. I don't know why it wasn't more. I've got to contact and figure out why. So we'll get that taken care of another day. But tonight, we're going to be taking a look at the Requiem RBA for Boro. If you remember, I did the Requiem RDA for bottom fed. And I'll try and post that up here. See if I can't get that link up there for you. But yeah, we're gonna open this up because this is brand new. I picked this up brand new because of this. This is Best Atomizer 2025 award at the Vape Expo. So, and I had the RBA or the RDA, and I really liked it. So, figured we'd give this one a try. So, without further ado, roll the intro. All right. Before I kick things off here and we start looking at the Requiem here, I would like to thank somebody who commented on my videos. They I don't know if they were trying to chastise me for it or belittle me for it or whatever it is, but I would like to thank you for watching the video all the way to that point, because when I put the coils in that RBA, that was well into the video, and I appreciate you. Thank you very much. So I got chastised on putting Twisted Timmy coils in a high-end RDA. So on this video, I'm going to put the gold standard in there. Just because I can. Alright, that's enough of that. Let's get back to this. The Requiem RBA by Thundercloud and Elmano Vapors. And like I said, this isn't open. I haven't opened it yet. I got to cover some stuff up here right there. But this is everything included in it. And yeah, scratch and sniff. Still in the plastic, as a matter of fact. So let's get that open real quick. Oh yeah. There it is. That's the colorway we got. I know you can't see it because it's a black box, but that is a black, matte black is what it's supposed to be. Yeah, see right there, matte black. So it says the most versatile, and like I said, when I open it up, I'll get down to all that. But get you up close where you can see what's actually in it. Designed and authorized by Elmano Vapor in Spain. You got the Thundercloud there. All right, looks like it's a little slide thingy for the boxes. Yep. Oh, that's a cool little tin. I didn't realize the That was on there as well. That's pretty cool. Now, like I said, I did a review on the RBA version of this, and I really liked it. It was a little fiddly, but things like that are. Ooh, look at that. Now, don't be. It only comes with a few pins. You've got, looks like a 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't know what comes installed here, but you have your pins there. You have your RBA here. Should we J haze it and check for any scratches or dings or anything? I don't see anything. Oh, it comes with a 00. That's a block off. That's pretty cool. Let's get you down there where you can see that. See that? That's a 00. The serial number right there. The logos. That's pretty cool. We'll figure out what that block off does in a minute, but let's take a look at this. You got your airflows. You got 1, 2, 3, and 4. Nice little velvet pouch there. I always hate when they do that. They always push in for some reason. Those little pull tabs. And I can never get them out without tearing them. So yeah, see, I already messed it up. But this is supposed to just pull out. Yeah. Whoa, look at that. It comes with coils. How about that? Hey, we made those on the last video. Dual core Claptons, NI80, 26. Well, we used 28, but no, we used 26 on the centers and we used 36 on the outers. These are 3s and 2.8, so they're 3mm inner diameters. We might have to try those. Not on this one. Not on this one. See what else we got in here. Nice little vapor cloud bag. O-rings, post screws. What are those? Oh, those are the block offs for the front airflow. Like I said, this has a lot of airflow. Like you can open this thing up and have airflow from the front, from the bottom. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to go from the front. Everybody knows how to change out. If you've seen this video, if you've seen my channel, you know how to change out the center pins. This we don't know about yet. So we're going to change these out. If we need to, if not, then we won't. You get a new little tank plug. It doesn't match our original one. I don't know if y'all see that. That one's black, this one's white. But with what this is going in, I think the white one would actually look a lot better on it. Because tonight, we are putting this in the Book of Faces billet. So I think we might actually swap that one out just for the GP of it. All right. You also get a little coil cutting jig. I don't know if it's marked for their coils. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, there's no markings on the sides or on the top, but it tells you 4mm legs, 5, 6, 7, 8, and all the way up. And you just put them through and you snip them on the backside, and it cuts it to 4mm length or whatever you put it at. All right, so we're going to stick all this to the side for the moment, even the coils, and we're going to take a look at this thing. So let's see how this comes apart. Oh, would you look at that? It's almost like the mob, the iMob, what pulls out of the bottom. That's pretty cool. And those airflows. I don't know if y'all can see that. There's the holes for those airflows in the front. Grab me a pointer real quick. Yeah. See the airflows here? Yeah. They're going to contact that coil on the side, and it looks like we can run a 3mm coil in this. Well, shoot. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're thinking what I'm thinking. How am I going to build on this, right? Because there's no adapter in there. There's no stand or anything. We'll come back to that. I'll figure that out in a minute. Oh, okay. Yeah, it is like the iMop. You unscrew the top right here, and it pulls this top tank section off away from the chimney so you can clean it. And then down here is where you're going to tuck your cotton so it comes through. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah. Right there. Okay, cool. Yeah, right up underneath here, your cotton's going to come out and the liquid's going to come through here, go into those channels, and saturate the cotton. That's pretty nifty. All right. So, let's figure this out. Does this... Oh, it does. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, looks like this part can go either way. Nope, it can only go one way because you got a tab back here. And you have a cutout right there. You see how you got a ridge here and a cutout here. So that means the back of this has to go down here. So it only goes in one way. That's pretty cool. And because it pushes out, there's your threads. So I think what we're going to do, I wonder, does that have a... Oh, it does have the cutout right there. We'll see how that works. We may change some things out. But for now, we're just going to go with the full side airflow. And I said we're putting Twisted Timmy's in there because that's my preferred brand of coil. Either I make them or I purchase them. Anyway, nonetheless. So, I guess let's throw it on here. And let's take a look. So that's matte black. I think these right here, yeah, they just unscrew. Yeah. I think my flathead's gonna be a little too big. Nope, it'll do it. All right. Yeah, let's use theirs because I don't feel like pulling out my full set right now. I think it'd be a decent size one. At least it's not a Barbie screwdriver. It's a little bit bigger. Okay, yeah, that's pretty nifty. All right. Yeah, these come out, and if you want to use it in regular boro mode, like where you're using pins, in this little baggie, you have... Let's just dump them out. Yep. The gold ones are going to be your grub screws, and these are going to be your block offs. 1, 2, and 3, right here. These are going to be your block off screws for the front of this. So these are going to take the place of... Let's see if I can get it to stand up. Yep. The hollow ones that are in the front now. So if you want to use your typical boro bottom fed airflow, you're going to put these in and you're going to change out your pin just like you would on every other boro. Now, I want to run this this way because I've never had a Boro with side airflow. And I heard these things are a little fiddly to get in, but oh, they're not that bad. They're not bad at all. I don't like how the threads don't line up. Like now this is nitpicky. You got this one that's straight up and down. You've got this one that's at a 45, and then this one that's almost a 90, but not quite. And that's where the slots are. And if you're OCD, it'll drive you crazy. It's not really going to bother me that much. I promise. So we're going to put all that back in there. Oh, nope. We got to put the big Barbie screwdriver back in there. Now, let's, should we run a Twisted Timmy's coil? I mean, it's not set up for this. It's set up for a regular Boro. Oh yeah, we're gonna run it. I don't know what you was thinking. All right, let's go back up. Where are we at? Yeah, let's go back up to there. Let's make some room. Let's make some room. Sorry. Got a little excited there for a minute. And we're just going to take these two little ears and we're just going to fold them towards each other. Just like that. See? Now, with the coil prepared, we're going to screw this onto our base. I wonder, will my screwdriver fit those? Of course not. So it looks like I'm gonna have to try and use theirs if theirs will fit. If not, then I gotta pull out my kit. I was hoping to not have to pull it out. Oh, it does fit. Look at that. That is awesome. Those are chunky. Those did not want to come out of there. That one was smooth. That one was on the base. Maybe some usage will loosen it up. Yeah, it was just stuck. Okay. All right. Now we got those open. We got the slots open for it. I wonder, am I going to have enough room to do this? Yep. Doesn't matter. We're in it to win it now, baby. Now, because I added that extra wrap on each side, these are not going to come out. Well, they might come out. Usually when I run these, they run at about 4.5 or 0.45. But we're going to see. Because I had to add that extra wrap, I'm pretty sure the resistance is going to move. Whoop, whoop. So we're going to turn this straight. Put some tension on it. And just for GPs, I don't know how this is going to work. We're going to push this in a little bit further. Not that far. We're coming out the back. That's going to be good. Yep. Look at that. Sits nice and pretty in there. Now these These are the ones from Twisted Timmy that crackle. Crackle. Basically that pop, 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 pop that everybody likes. So, and we're going to run them just like they say to. So, we're going to start it out at 10 and get them to glow nice and pretty, shall we? Oh, what's that resistance on there? That says 3.6, but that'll change once we get it hot and get it glowing where it needs to. Nice and pretty. What do you think? Watch that color change. Let's get it in the light so y'all can see that. Nice and purple. Look at that. Pretty. All right, let's go back up. Let's go to right there. We'll do it right there for now. Now, we are going to be using, somebody else's cotton, actually. No, yeah, we're going to be using somebody else's cotton. This is Ambition Mods. This is my 2.5 rope. I really like this. This is what I use on most of my boros. And when I'm out, I normally run my cotton bacon. Yeah, so when I'm out, I normally use cotton bacon. But I try not to run out of this. I really like this for boros. And lately I've been running boros. Except for this past week, I have been running my squonk, which has been amazing. I forgot how much I missed it. I apologize for all the throat clearing and the drinking of the water, but we are coming towards the end of summer where I live, and it's very dry. And we've had a lot of fires around where I'm at. So it's been pretty bad. But here we are. Still making it work, baby. All right, now I have never wicked this, so we're going to experiment and play around. But it looks like right here is we're just gonna actually hear me out. Coil's cooled down. Cool. We're going to unscrew it, and it looks like yes. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it level. like that. Just like that. And all I did was I cut it level with the base right here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my good tweezers, and I'm going to fluff, and I'm going to push it right down into there. Not a lot, just enough to get it down there, just enough to cover the hole. We're not trying to pack it super tight. It should look something about like that. All right, sorry about that. What we're going to do is we're going to tuck some in this bottom, just so we get a little bit hanging out. And we're not going to overpack it. Let's get y'all down here. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're not going to overpack it. We're just going to get some in there. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. I take my my tweezers, and I'm just going to start pushing some down in there. All right. Should look something about like that, I think. Both the bottom holes are covered. They're not too packed. So I think that's how we're going to do that. Now, I'm going to stick this back on here, and we're going to juice this. Now, I'm not going to screw it all the way down. That says 3.6, so that's probably what happened when I over twisted it. But it is what it is. Oh, and just to rock more Twisted Timmy's stuff, we're going to be running the Cappuccino Cream series. Just so we're clear. Beautiful. God, that stuff smells good. All right, since we did just fire it, I loosened it up. I'm going to let it sit there for a second. Grab a drink. That is really good. All right. And now we're going to need the base. I'm going to clean up my mess real quick while we wait. All right. Now, I'm going to take y'all back up to 1. All right. Now, we're going to assemble this, and then we're going to put it in the Book of Faces billet. That should be cooled down enough. Yep. Cool. Wait for it to cool down enough. Make sure to remember this only goes in one way. And it sat right down, and I felt it like slide into place with that O-ring. Now, we've got the coil part saturated, so what I'm going to do is just lay a little bit along the sides here in that valley, just to help soak some of that up. And since we're running front-facing airflow, make sure there's a gap underneath that coil when it comes to your cotton. Okay? All right, now that we got the base on, I'm going to grab our top. Make sure that our airflow is facing the coil, not the backside, because you'll just be pulling air onto this, and that's not going to work. And it looks like, yep, it'll only go on one way. So that's cool. Oh, look at that dome in there. All right, so if we did everything correctly, should slide together. Look at that. Nice and pretty, like. Yes, very nice, very nice. And let's see, let me pull this out. We can. All right, cool. So we are going to switch that fill gasket over. You ever tried to build a ship in a bottle? That's how I like to try and get these things out of here. I'm going to put that right back in there. Along with the big Barbie screwdriver for the 15th time. And all that can go back in the container. And a little cover can go back over it. I will worry about that when it comes time to. Oh, there we go. It popped right in. Yeah. All right. So what do I do with it? There it is. So this thing's pretty cool. You can fill from the side or from the front, which is actually really cool. But this only goes on one way because of how it's cut. You got the big groove here and the little groove over here. Now you're like, why did you change it out? It looked better in black. Black and white. Well, somewhat black and white. So let's throw some juice in this. Now, I'm not going to throw a lot of juice in here only because I don't want it to flood. And go inside of my billet. So that's as much as we're going to put in there, which doesn't look like much, but all of this is reservoir down as well. So. All right, so let's get it set up in the billet. Ooh, it's been a minute. I ain't had nothing in the billet in a minute. Yeah. She's been sitting on the shelf collecting dust. It does look really good in there. Look at that. All right, so let's pull this drip tip out. And we're going to snug up this flush nut, which we did. And put our drip tip back on there. And let's grab an 18650. And drop it in like so. Snug it up. Hit the button. Oh, wait, what'd I do? There it is. I didn't have it snug enough. 4.8. That's where we're resting at. Oh, that is good. Got a nice little draw on it because those sit right up against, almost right up against the glass, I think. There's a little cutout there, but I think we're mainly pulling. Yeah. Let's try it without the door for a minute. Yep, that's what it is. I'm gonna have to change that. I'm gonna leave those in there, but I'm also gonna put probably a 3 in the bottom. But for now, this is good. If you've got doors like this to where it only has a little slit at the bottom for the bottom airflow, you're gonna get some resistance on that pull, which I don't mind it. But you're not going to get the pull you want if you're looking for a forward-facing coil. But this works really good. I like the fact that you can run both, either the sideways airflow or the pin airflow, or both, or a variation of that combination. I like the build deck. It reminds me a lot of, well, I need to clean those. I've been rocking this thing all week. It reminds me of something similar to that. Now, I think this would be really good in something like this, which is a matter of fact. Let's see. Do I have a battery in this? I do. Oh, that battery dead. That battery dead. All right. Well, it's not dead. It's just, it needs to be charged. It's right at about a quarter, and that's where I like to charge mine at. So let's take it out of there. Let's throw it in the C-bot and see what happens. We're going to swap battery and everything. 4 out. Battery out. I'm just curious to see how it fits in the C-bot. Ooh, that fits nice, and the airflow sits right there. Sorry, Book of Faces, I'm still in the Billy Billy. I thought I was going to. Couldn't get my finger around it. Uh, 4.6, 40 watts. I'm going to run that mouthpiece, that drip tip, just because it doesn't really work to change the batteries with it attached, but we're going to see. That does work rather well, especially where that airflow sits in the C-bot, and you have side fill, so you don't have to worry about getting your finger in there. You can fill it from the side. That's nice. But that side airflow just gives it great flavor. Oh, it is good. I will give him this. It is rather versatile. So, but I like it in the billet. I'm going to end up changing that bottom airflow pin just to give me a little more airflow. Probably not. I like that drag that's on there now. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to leave it in the billet, and I'm going to run it. And I am waffling now, so that means it's time to end the video. And on that note, I would like to say that I do have a Patreon for this channel. It is free to join. There's also a paid section, but it is free to join. If you would like to join or donate to the channel or see what I get up to outside of here or see what's coming up on the channel or pick up a few things, you can do it all through the Patreon. You can also message me on the Patreon. There's a board. Everybody can talk to each other. But yeah, you can all go pick it all up there. We can all go hang out. I'm going to try and start doing lives as well. I haven't quite figured that part out. I'm working on it. But if there's anything you'd like to see in the channel, put it down in the comments. If you've got a coil that you would like me to try, put it down in the comments. A different brand of coil, anyway. Yeah. If you have any suggestions of what you'd like to see reviewed, what I can get my hands on, we can go from there. Yeah. Thank y'all for hanging out with the Blue Collar Bastard, and thank y'all for watching the Vape'n Bastard channel. And we'll see y'all again next Sunday. Play the outro.